The struggle of the Palestinian people. The Palestinian conflict has become the most complex and protected issue in modern history. The struggle of the Palestinian people for independence and basic rights has never escaped the attention of the world, especially Muslims. Understanding the history of the Palestinian struggle and our responsibility as fellow human beings is the first step to realizing the importance of our support and care for them. The struggle of the Palestinians dates back to the 20th century, when the region was under Ottoman rule and later became part of the British Mandate after World War I. The UN passed Decision 181 of 1947, which divided Palestine into two states, one for Jews and one for Arab citizens. However, this plan was not accepted by the Arab states, and conflict erupted after the creation of the State of Israel in 1948. Since then, tensions between Palestinians and Israelis have continued to rise, marked by major wars such as the 1948 Arab-Israeli War, the 1967-60 War, and several intifadas. Each chapter of history has recorded the suffering of the Palestinian people, including mass displacement, loss of life, and repeated human rights violations. To this day, Palestinian statehood remains an international dispute, with millions of Palestinians living in a state of uncertainty. Under prolonged occupation, Palestinians face severe challenges that include an economic blockade that makes it beautiful difficult to meet basic needs and restrictions on movement that deny them access to health care and education. In the West Bank and Gaza Strip, many Palestinians live in extremely difficult conditions, often with limited access to clean water and electricity. In addition, thousands of Palestinians, including children and detained or imprisoned for a variety of reasons. Israel's constructions of illegal settlements in areas that should be part of the Palestinian state has further exacerbated the situation, reducing residential land and disrupting people's livelihoods. The Palestinian struggle is facing various challenges that include political, economic, and social aspects. The occupation of the territories and construction of Israeli settlement on Palestinian land and the severe restrictions on movement severely affect the daily lives of the Palestinian population. In addition, the issue of Palestinian refugees migrating to neighboring countries has become a critical aspect for their struggle. Israel's political and military power, uneven international support, and instability in the Middle East region further complicate efforts to achieve peace and independence. Palestinian resistance history. 1930-1948. During this period, Palestinians fought against Zionist terrorists. One of the main figures was the Syrian cleric Izzuddin al-Qassam, who formed the Kafir Aswad militia, also known as the Black Hand. Al-Qassam was martyred by the British colonials in 1935, and his struggle was continued by Sheikh Amin al-Husseini. 1948-1964. As the Palestinians were expelled, resistance was carried out by freelance guerrilla groups called Fedayeen from refugee camps in Syria, Jordan, and Lebanon. There were sporadic cross-border attacks into Israel. 1964 present. The most prominent groups of this period were Fatah and the Popular Front for the Liberation of Palestine, PFLP. Both carried out hijackings and bombings and eventually tried diplomacy by joining the Palestine Liberation Organization, PLO. 1980 present. As peace talks between the PLO and Israel broke down, so did the Intifada in the late 1980s. The resistance group Hamas emerged with its military wing, the Izzuddin al-Qassam Brigade. The group won elections in 2006, but is not recognized by Western countries. There were also several military wings in Palestine at the time. 2021 present. Following the political stalemate between Hamas and Fatah, young people in the West Bank formed local militias. Notable among them are the Jenin Brigade and the Lion's Den in Nablus. Before being attacked by Hamas in October 2023, Israel focused its efforts on rooting out these West Bank militants beginning in 2022.